Welcome to What's Growing. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Talasha.
Not.
Actually, we're here because June 30 is the end of the fiscal year for our congregation.
This has been a year full of gratitude, grief, and joy.
Thanks to all of us for staying connected and for generous giving to support our community.
Let us continue to give generously to the ministry's fund.
And also to the Special Good News Fund, which supports our outreach ministry.
We have begun to meet and worship again in person, thanks to vaccinations against COVID-19.
But some of us remain at risk for infection and must continue to be cautious.
A few weeks ago, we welcomed 9 new members to our congregation.
And more will join later this summer.
We took a year-long journey through the Bible.
Now we're focusing on Jesus' parables.
The new Voices Together hymnal has many old favorites.
And many new songs that will soon become favorites.
New people have come to us, bringing fresh vision and energy for extending God's love to others.
One of those new folks is Juana Rojas. In just a bit, we'll see Don Yost's interview with her.
Juana connected to College Mennonite through our food pantry.
She welcomed the food assistants because she is sharing her home with 2 young families of refugees from Venezuela.
This interview is in Spanish, so it has a voice-over translation in English.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Juana, can you talk us something about you? Something that you believe is important for us to know about you, Juana, please? Yes. I believe the most important you can know about me is that I am Christian. I have 15 years to know the Lord. And also, I have a beautiful family. It's true, you got a beautiful family. How did you find out about Goshen College Mennonite Church? Did you find out about the radio, or somebody else tell you about this? Well, I was one day walking on the street, and I found a neighbor. I found a neighbor from Goshen, and she invited me. She invited me to the activity, the College Mennonite, from this church. They were ready to receive a new sister. I don't know how they say this. So basically, they have give you a house, and they take stuff to this lady and her house. So this neighbor belongs to this church, and she told me, let's go, the pastors will be around. So right there, I found out about Pastor David Maldonado and his wife, and I also meet some members from this church. And since there was like a Thursday, I was looking for a church, and I was looking for the church to attend it. And well, somehow the doors opened for me right here. And it's almost 2 years I come to attend to this church. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, and she says God is good. The pastor Phil told me, did you like invited to the people to assist to the College Mennonites? I want to ask him, why you invited to the people to this church? Well, I like invited the people because I want they know about Jesus. Well, that's a good reason. Thank you. I understand that you have people that lives in your house. Can you talk us about the people around your house? The one lives in your house? Well, yes. At this moment, we have 2 couples living with us. It's 4 people. They have 3 kids. One with 2 kids. They are twins, and they got a daughter too. And we are supporting them because they just come from Venezuela. So you from Venezuela? Yes, I'm from Venezuela. Oh, that's interesting. Can you talk us about some moment when you feel like God is very close of you or He even take care of you? Yes. Yes, it's many times that God been around me. I got many testimonies in my life and the life of my family also. I have a daughter. I have a daughter that she been crossing in a lot of situations. Well, 40 years ago, my daughter had an accident, a very bad accident, and Dios get His hand on it, and she been delivered my 2 daughters and my 3 grandkids. My second testimony, as many I have, is that my daughter, she had a cancer, and God, thanks to God and the praise, she is healed. So for the glory of God, she is healed. He liberated her from cancer. Each person you say is a gift from God. So thanks, Juana, for help us to give you the welcome to these people. You know, I am a little crazy. Yes, I am. I have an idea. And it's a little crazy idea. We can send a kiss from peace, a kiss for Jesus. For Jesus, we can send a kiss for the people that one is watching us over the camera. So let's send a kiss, mwah. And thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this interview. Thank you.
Juana's enthusiasm for introducing people to Jesus is inspiring.
She is just one example of what our outreach ministry is doing under David and Madeline Maldonado's leadership.
Beginning July 1, our outreach ministry will be supported by the new Good News Fund.
Contributions to our regular ministries fund before July 1, which are not needed to meet those expenses,
will be transferred to the Good News Fund to support our outreach ministry.
We can also designate the Good News Fund on our offering envelope or online giving.
Some of us have asked for guidance about how much to give to this new special fund.
We believe the answer to that question will be different for each of us.
Some of us might give $2 more or $5 more each week.
Some of us could increase our overall giving by 5% or 10%.
Some of us might give a tithe of our investment earnings to the Good News Fund to support extending God's love and grace into our community.
We encourage all of us to follow our hearts and remember that giving of our tithes and offerings is an essential act of worship.
God was, God is, and God will be.
Thanks be to God.
Reaping and sowing, planting and hoeing, there's something showing, popping up through the sod. The Spirit's blowing, new life we're knowing, giving and growing in the garden of God.